our Northern Final. Now, this will be the third time our contenders meet our gladiators, but it's by no means the end of the road, because the winners of tonight's show will go on to battle it out against our Southern champions in our grand final.
And tonight's winners have a chance to win some fantastic prizes. And let me just remind you what they are again. A fantastic holiday in one of the most beautiful holiday resorts in the world, South Africa's Sun City, plus £1,000 spending money. And the winners, also £1,000 spending money, and this time we're going to make them mobile. We're going to give them one of these luxurious, four-wheel drive, off-the-road family vehicles.
Well, if that doesn't whet your appetite, let's hope this does. Let's meet tonight's finalists. They are Michelle Kimberley
and Sarah Damm. Come on, girls!
Hi again, Michelle. How are you feeling?
Not too nervous now.
Congratulations on getting this far. Did you ever think at the beginning, when you first came into Gladiators, that you might be here tonight?
I always hoped I would, but I mean, I've had a tough competition getting here, 2 tough rounds, so yeah, I'm pleased to be here.
I bet you are. And another tough one facing you tonight.
Yeah, I think we've both got quite good all-round ability, so yeah, it's going to be a tough competition.
Well, we'll be keeping a beady eye on you and wishing the very best of luck. Let's hear it from Michelle Kimberley.
Okay, Sarah, we know all about you, local girl. How are you feeling and how do you think you're going to do tonight?
I'm feeling good. We had 2 hard rounds so far, but I'm going to do really, really well today.
Now, we've all seen Michelle. You've seen Michelle as well. How have you been helping each other?
There's a little bit of friendly rivalry going backstage. We're good friends, but at the end of the day, we're out here for a competition, and I'm not, you know, I want to win at the end of the day. Friends or no friends, you know.
So you think you're going to beat her?
Yeah, I think I'm going to beat her. I've got War, which is one of my favourite games, and also Pendulum, which is another of my favourites, so I should score well on those 2.
Well, we'll see how you do. Get yourself ready for the first event. Off you go, Sarah Damm!
Now it's time to meet the guys. Please put your hands together for Andy Farrell
and Buster Reeves. Come on, guys.
Well, Andy, this is tonight's a bit of a Huddersfield knees up, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really, yeah. You know, if there's one person that I could have picked not to be up against in the regional finals would be Buster, but unfortunately, we know we're here, so we're just going to have to compete and get it done.
Well, I'm sure we're going to have lots of noise from your fans and from Buster's fans. Now, you've had a look at the events facing you tonight. How do you feel about them?
Just as I always feel. I'll tell you, you know, from the bottom of my heart, none of the events are easy. They're all very hard. You just got to take one event, one at a time, and just try and do your best in each event.
Well, the very best of luck to you. Let's hear it for Andy Farrell.
Now, Buster, you're used to one-on-one confrontation. You've known Andrew a long time, and I understand you actually live quite near him. What's it like going against one of your friends?
Well, being in the fighting world, you get to see guys all the time, so I'm used to fighting my mates. Tonight will be no different, it's just that I'm on Gladiators, I'm not in the ring.
And your supporters? I suppose your supporters all know each other?
Yeah, my supporters know Andy's and Andy's probably know mine. It's just one big happy family.
Well, we'll see how you get on. Off you go, Buster. Get yourself ready, the first event. Buster Reeves!
Well, the girls are ready for their first event, so let the games begin.
And using the blue balls is Sarah. And on the red, Michelle. And guarding those 5 baskets are our gladiators, Rio, Falcon, and Rebel. John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready!
Yes!
3, 2, 1.
The Northern Final gets going. So do Rio and Falcon and Rebel. Both girls floored and neither scored. Sarah back to work. Oh, and it's Rebel denies her at her stretch. Rio rocks and rolls Michelle. Sarah back for more. Rio and Falcon give her the blues. Michelle now, galloping wide. Oh, and Rebel ensures she's a faller. Sarah again with speed, and 2 for the blue. Michelle reloads. Oh, and Rio marks her, forces her wide. Oh, another flawed run. Sarah upended by Rebel, and both girls at the same end. Sarah nips in, 2 more. And Michelle Kimberley still can't get her campaign off the ground. Gladiators being tested by Sarah, the wham bam, thank you, Damm. Michelle gets in the way, and Sarah spiraled into the ground by Rio. Michelle versus Falcon. Falcon wins the wrestling match. Sarah reloads, hasn't got the firepower to defeat Rebel's cause. Michelle again, but John Anderson sounds the time up. Sarah grabbed what little was going spare that time. Reviewing the action again, when it came to scoring, Sarah Damm had plenty of get up and go, whereas Michelle Kimberley all too often found herself down and out. With a long way to go, Michelle still to score, while Sarah has 4.
You see the ladies, now let's see the heavyweights, the men. And using the blue balls, psyching himself up, is Buster! And on the red balls is Andy! And guarding those 5 baskets are our biggest gladiators, Saracen, Trojan, and the Rhino!
Trouble in triplicate. The hunks in trunks.
Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready!
Well, this should be Andy's game. He plays
2,
rugby.
1.
Here they go. It's Andy. Oh, a Trojan. Can't tackle him. Oh, he walks straight through the middle. Sells them a dummy. 3 points. Failed to score last time, but making up for it now. 2 more at Saracen's expense. Trojan up and under on Buster. What goes up must come down, and what comes off must be Trojan's helmet.
Replace the helmet. Restart.
It was like this. Trojan keeps Buster from scoring, but he still manages to pull off a hat-trick. Sir, I've lost my helmet.
There are 46 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
Buster back into the fray, and Saracen made to pay. Slips in for 2. Andy, oh, rummaged and scrummaged to the deck. Buster back for more, scoots by the Saracen. Can't unload for the points, but Andy can. Great recovery by him. 5-4 into battle again. Buster bursts through, good for another 2. Leaves the Glads reeling. Back against Trojan. He's like an eel, but his performance is electric. Hurt by Saracen, and Andy runs into trouble, otherwise known as Rhino. Wrestled down. Buster against Saracen. This Buster's first Powerball, a spectacular debut. The Glads throwing everything at him. Here's the Andy man, but Trojan gets the job done. Buster. Again, it's Saracen. Pushes him out of bounds. Andy reloads. And looking for space. Oh, leaves Trojan floored and rocked up as well. The basket's there, but not before the hooter.
For contenders! What a display! Talk us through it, Andy. Amazing stuff.
That's saying nothing, John, but that was what you call a serious tear-up. The boys are ready. I enjoyed the game. I played it a few times before. I thought I had a strategy. I'm going to step. Luckily, it paid off this time. I really enjoyed the game, though. Tear-up.
Andy, you got one in the centre circle. I think we all saw that. How do you do that?
Step one way, step the other way, just like playing rugby league. Bang it, 3 points.
Buster, how did you find that? I see they ripped the shirt off your back nearly.
Yeah, I'm not green, but I feel like the Hulk. Can we play again?
Yeah, you look like you want to go again.
Oh, I love that game. It was brilliant.
Well done. Let's call John Anderson in. Johnny, give us some scores.
Andy scored 5 points.
Andy, 5 points. Well done.
And Buster, 6 points.
Buster, 6 points. Well done, guys.
A serious start for both contenders, and that's how the scores stand.
Event number 2. Standing at the foot of the wall, it's Michelle. She's going to be chased by Rebel.
You know. Come on, Rebel, come
Also
on.
preparing for the wall, it's Sarah. After 7 seconds, she's going to be chased by Laser.
Earlier, Sarah told me she was in a confident mood.
The only game that's different from my last show is the wall. I did this one in my first round, and this is probably my favourite game. I'm very quick up the wall, and I can't see anybody catching me in that game, so I should get my 10 points for that one.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
It's Michelle in pink, Sarah in yellow as they try to achieve the giddy heights of success on Gladiators. Michelle mountaineering strongly, Sarah scaling well, and here come the Glads. Rebel after Michelle, and Laser chases Sarah. Both contenders fired up and taking the chimney route to the top. No time to take it easy. This is the wall, not Mount Everest. Sarah's well clear of wall novice Laser, but Rebel's closing up on Michelle. Did she peak too soon? Sarah on the lip and Michelle in trouble. Can Rebel get a grip? Rebel makes her part company with the wall, and Sarah's there. She's high and mighty. Mum Pauline there rises to a claimer.
Congratulations, Sarah. You said this was one of your favourite events?
Yes, it is. I actually prefer the left-hand side of the wall. I had the right-hand side, which I found a little bit more difficult, but I still made it up without the gladiator catching me, so I was pleased with that one.
Did you realise at one stage you were neck and neck with Michelle?
Yeah, I was kind of across the middle. I actually lost my gripping, so I was a bit annoyed about it. I wasn't as fast as last time, but I got my 10 points, so I'm happy with that.
You certainly did. 10 points. Well done, Sarah.
Well, the family very pleased with Sarah's start in this Northern Final. Michelle yet to get off the mark. Sarah soars to 14. And Andy's getting a few words of wall wisdom.
I haven't done the wall before. I've done it in practice quite a few times, but so long as I don't get Hunter as a gladiator, you know, I think I'll do all right. You know, if I do get Hunter, I'll just have to just go as quick as possible, you know, and the best man win.
So now we move into the men's event with Andy. He's going to be chased by Hunter. Also standing at the foot of the wall, it's Buster. He's going to be pursued by Saracen.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2.
So it's Buster, the kickboxing world champ, and Andy, the professional rugby player. There's a mountain of mega sporting talent scaling that wall. Here come the Glads, Saracen chasing Buster and Hunter after Andy. And look at Hunter, oh, straight up and straight onto his man. Oh, he's lost it. Lets Andy slip through his fingers, and Andy's in a strong position now. Hunter asking to start again, and he has. He's up and at it. Oh, and Saracen whips Buster away with a flick of the wrist. And Andy's near the summits, but Hunter's on him again. This gladiator has staying power to spare. Makes contact. He won't make the same mistake twice. An incredible performance from Hunter, and a clean sheet for the Glads. And looking at Buster's fall again, just as he puts a hand on the lip, Saracen whisks away his footing. And the Hunter making sure of his grip this time and displays that great takedown technique. On the wall, Hunter, yo the man. That blistering performance by both gladiators means Andy's on 5, Buster 6.
So after 2 events, our finalists can breathe a sigh of relief, but not for long. Still to come, Pendulum, Hang Tough and Gauntlet. Join us after the break here on Gladiators. Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham and to the second leg of our Northern Final. Well, now it's time for our contenders to swing high and swing low as we head towards event number 3. First up, it's Michelle. And she's going to be facing Laser. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready! Gladiator, ready! Set the pendulum!
Michelle Michelle's last Pendulum pitted her against Rebel, where she scored 5 points for clinging on for 40 seconds. Laser's guidance system will be finely tuned in this event. Mum and Dad telling her to go down a bit, and she'd do well to take their advice because it looks like the Laser's locked on and Michelle's a target. Oh, she's gone! The points and the Pendulum slip from her grasp. The family devastated. It's enough to make your hair curl. Looking at it again, Michelle gets spooked by the spectre of Laser, tries to react, but winds up in a net loss situation.
Next up on the Pendulum, it's Sarah. And she's going to be facing Lightning. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready!
A glimpse at the Gladiator stats makes for impressive reading. The luscious Lightning stands 1.70 m tall, weighs in at 58 kilos, which means that Sarah's the same height but 4 kilos heavier.
3, 2, 1.
The clock starts, the pendulum swings, and Sarah has to stay out of trouble for 60 seconds to score 10 points. She managed a maximum in the Northern semi-final on this event. That was against Laser. Now she's got another drama in the round. It looks like Sarah's lying low again, a tactic she adopted last time on the swing thing. Lightning definitely looks to have lost her. Sarah content to keep her head down, let the seconds clock up. Lightning still gamely searching, but Sarah's gamesmanship again coming into play on the pendulum. And this will be a good time to tell you that the pendulum is 5 meters in diameter, and it takes Warrior and Wolf a good 3 days to inflate it. Warrior does the pumping, all Wolf does is provide the hot air. Lightning like Spider-Woman up there, looking every which way. Pendulum designed to test the speed, strength and agility of contenders. Sarah simply preferring to hide. Less noise, please, madam. You're keeping the boy awake. Lightning moving down, but there won't be much time left. Yes, I think you'll find we heard you the first time. There's the hooter. Music to the ears of Sarah and the crowd. I would think 10 points added to her ever-accumulating score. Mum, Pauline and Auntie Carol there. And a quick look at the highlights of that event. Don't blink, it occurred right at the beginning when Lightning opted to go high, when in fact Sarah had gone low. And that's the way it stayed.
Huge congratulations, Sarah. A little bit of cunning going on there, but what on earth possessed you to go underneath the pendulum?
To go underneath the pendulum, that is the only way you're going to beat the Gladiator on that game. It's the only way.
I mean, that's normally the toughest way. My worry was, oh my God, is she going to have the strength to hold on?
Well, I was just holding on for dear life underneath. I was standing still and I was looking round and round. I knew she'd be on me soon because she's very quick. And then I saw her foot, and I thought, please let that bell go.
And it certainly did. You picked up 10 points.
Thank you.
At one stage, I thought you were going to go around the pendulum twice. You certainly went round it 1.5 times.
I thought if I go around quick enough, then I might come across her, but I didn't realise that she'd gone to the bottom. And when I thought, oh, she's going to be at the bottom, it was too late, so I lost time. Well done.
But you were very fast anyway. Let's hear it for Lightning, and well done, Sarah!
The family leads the applause as we take a look at the scores. Michelle struggling to hit her stride, still with 0, while Sarah clocks up 24.
So we now move into the men's event with Andy. He's going to be facing Trojan. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready!
Trojan with the sign language that says it all. A bit of a decider in this event for these two guys in the heats. Trojan beat Andy on the pendulum, denying him any points. Then in the semi, Andy made sure the honours were even by clocking up 10. Andy, the rugby player, swinging low. His mum there, poor old Faye, can hardly look. Andy under pressure from the pendulum swing and under pressure from Trojan too. Andy with the advantage of a firm grip while Trojan tries to manoeuvre his body onto the underbelly of the pendulum. But has he seen Andy, or is he just guessing? Oh, Trojan giving up the ghost down there. And Andy's girlfriend, Elaine, expending more energy than Trojan and Andy put together. Andy cleverly moving to a position where he can see Trojan, but the Gladiator can't see him. Trojan kept in perfect check by Andy, and Andy looking good for the maximum points. And as the crowd chant, easy, easy, John Anderson joins the chorus with his hooter. 10 points, Elaine thinks it's hilarious. And Faye can breathe again. At this point, we all thought Trojan had spotted Andy, but Andy tucked himself away out of sight.
Last up on the pendulum, it's Buster. And he's going to be facing Hunter. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready! Gladiator, ready!
Huntsman, 1.90 m tall, weighs 106 kilos and sticks his chest out to the tune of 127 centimetres. Buster finds himself some 8 centimetres shorter, 27 kilos lighter, and 16 centimetres less in the chest. But those facts and figures won't cross his mind on the pendulum. All that's concerning Buster is Hunter crossing his path and riding out the storm for the full minute. Buster bursting to get south, but he doesn't look comfortable. He's struggling with the swing, desperate to get his feet up, and Francis' mum there can't bear to look. Buster hanging on by his fingernails as he swung like a rag doll. Hunter is now moving in for the kill. Buster with his feet up now. Brother Gary concerned, he thinks his glad hands are hacked. Buster in deep trouble in the deep south. Hanging on with a Hunter breathing down his neck. Hunter makes a snatch at the flag, but can Buster hang on for the 40? Oh, it's tight, he's gone. Oh, gripping stuff, particularly for Buster's parents. Looking at the finish again, Buster finds himself hanging out in the breeze to dry, and he lets the points go. So after 3 events in this Northern Final, Andy's in the lead, 15 points to 6.
First up to run the gauntlet, it's Michelle. And tonight, she's facing Rio. Laser, Panther, and Lightning. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Michelle needs some points and comes out fighting. Rio can't close her down. Oh, but Vogue's there parrying with the pads. Michelle up the wall, zigging and zagging into Laser. Forces her to eat Ramrod. A 20-second run will score 10. Michelle can't get the better of Laser, so the maximum slipping away. And Laser pushing and parrying. It's a bit of a pillar-to-post mauling for Michelle. Trying everything, but can't pierce the Laser's armoury. Against the wall, on the floor, Michelle's tried everything, but she can't escape the relentless Laser. Good effort by Michelle, comes out with dignity, but no points. Very disappointing. Not Michelle's favourite event in the world. She ran out of time in her previous gauntlet, and Laser made sure it was a repeat performance. What a good signing Laser was.
Next up against the Dream Team, it's Sarah. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Sarah into the gauntlet, backs away past Rio and bangs into the pads of Vogue. Good effort from Vogue. Pride of the alley. On Laser next, moves her to the deck, but Sarah keeps pushing. Panther struggling to put the pads to work. Lightning next, closing her down. Can she contain her? Sarah's on the blind side, and the Gladiators can't hold back the tide of the dam. Well, it looks like 10 points to me, but we need Andy Norgate's confirmation.
Well done, Sarah. And suddenly, after Michelle's gauntlet, it all came alive. It all started to happen. It was very, very fast indeed. But you seemed to blast your way through them.
I haven't got any energy to talk after that one. No, the girls out there, they are tough, man. It takes a tough cookie to get through there.
Well, you did it. Let's just find out from Andy Norgate, our timekeeper, what the time was.
19 seconds, 10 points.
10 points! Well done, Sarah!
Another maximum for Sarah. Well, he's pleased, and here's why. After 4 events, Sarah leads in this Northern Final 34-0.
So now we move into the men's event, and first up to run the gauntlet, it's Andy. And tonight, he's facing Warrior, the Wolfman, Cobra, Ace, and Rhino. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready!
It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. Andy into action. Oh, he sends the warrior flying. He's past Wolf and Cobra can't contain him. Face full of pads from Ace. Now it's down to Rhino. Oh, stings him with the ramrod, but it's not enough to stop him. A driving performance from Andy, 10 points. And the Farrell family are on their feet. The Glads tried to chastise, but found themselves chastened.
Andy, it certainly was easy. You put them to shame. Were you taking the mick out of them?
No, they're all big boys. I just had a hat as big as the Gladiators. Looked at them and said, I'm going to go straight through them. And even not a wall would have stopped me on that gauntlet. And through I went.
Well, you were a hungry contender. Let's find out your time.
12 seconds, 10 points.
10 points! Next up against the mean machine, it's Buster. Over to John Anderson.
Buster focused, which was more than the cameraman was there.
Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Buster with speed and agility on his side. Oh, outflanks Warrior. Wolfie next. Can't get a bite. Swing through Cobra like a turnstile. Ace can't chop him. Once again, it's down to Rhino. Ramming with that rod, forcing him back. Buster digging deep, but runs out of wall. Oh, Rhino. His brothers Brian and Gary there. Buster grits his teeth and strains, but Rhino's there to mark him out of the alley. There's just Rhino between himself and 10 points. Deep breathing. Granny's on her feet, I think.
There are 13 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
Will it be unlucky 13 for Buster? Takes an almighty flyer and crunches down on the lip of the alley. Louise's girlfriend, horrified. But this magnificent contender soaks up and bounces right back. Oh, look at this. 8 feet in the air, smashes down on the lip, but he still won't give in.
There are now 11 seconds remaining.
11 seconds left. Come on, my son. Buster's not leaving that alley without the points. Oh, he goes low and banks them with ease. Brilliant effort by Buster. And again, Rhino, the trouble man. And he's the first to congratulate him. Louisa and Mum and Dad leading the acclaim.
First, I really couldn't believe it. I thought you were going to walk it just like Andy did, and really, it was Rhino who gave you trouble and took the sting out of your tail to start with, because, of course, you had your motions going and you were really going for it, and then you have to stop and start and stop and start.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes. I was psyching myself up big time back there. I made it past the 4, but this was the guy that did it.
You certainly did. I mean, wow. You put up a hell of a battle there.
Well, Buster and Andrew, we know they've got Eye of the Tiger. We knew we had to come out here and try our best. They came and they conquered.
They certainly did. Let's find out what your time was, Buster.
21 seconds, 5 points.
Oh, you missed it by 1 second. 5 points. Let's hear it for Buster.
No wonder this guy is a world champion in his chosen sport. After 4 events, Andy moves up to 25, while Buster climbs to 11.
And the first up to hang tough is Michelle. And she's going to be swinging against Boom. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready!
Well, a look at Michelle's measurements will tell us that she's 1.67 m in the height department and 63 kilos weight-wise, which matches her more than evenly with our vivacious cover girl who posts the same set of figures. Just to remind you, 5 for hanging tough in the scoring zone at the timeout, but 10 for landing on Vogue's platform. This has to be the goal Michelle is setting herself. She needs those points. Michelle building up a momentum there, but Vogue guarding her territory, poised to counter any attack Michelle might make. Michelle weighing it up, working out the odds. Here she comes, Vogue snatching her scoring ring. Vogue retreating for a better swing at her. Here she comes. Oh, and they swing by each other. A clash of metal, but Vogue still marking the scoring rings. Michelle struggling, one ring briefly, but she's swinging into the trap. Scissors on. Oh, Vogue has to let her slip. Vogue figuring out her next battle plan. Retreats. Michelle. Oh, sneaks into a red ring. She's now in the scoring zone. Superbly timed strategy from Michelle and making progress to the platform. Oh, Vogue in a stalled spin, but the time will deny Michelle the maximum. But a great hang tough from Michelle. She'll be pleased to get some points on the board. Vogue disappointed, but Michelle's family aren't. Michelle did well to escape the clutches of Vogue on this occasion. Easily Vogue's best attack.
And next up to swing is Sarah. And she's going to be swinging against Lightning.
Sarah will be hard-pushed to maintain her 100% record against this undisputed swing queen. She rings out contenders and then hangs them out there to dry.
Oh, well done, Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready!
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
And Lightning swings out like a banshee. And she's certainly a minx with a jinx as far as Sarah's concerned. In their last meeting, Lightning caught her easily, but slipped to the mat. And Sarah still failed to score because she didn't sight herself in the scoring zone on the time up. And Sarah's in deep trouble here, though. Lightning's got her again, tied her up. Oh, it's a helicopter takedown. Superb stuff from Lightning. Pauline and Carol smiling as Sarah eats mats. And a victory roll from Lightning. In fact, she's down there with Sarah.
Oh, unlucky, Sarah. That could have been the revenge one for Lightning, I think, after your last show.
I got her last time, but I didn't expect her to get her twice on the run, I must say.
And did you notice how she was on you so quickly? She missed out about 2 rings when she started off.
I didn't really see, I was just getting over there.
You were quite surprised how quickly she got you then.
Yeah, I was this time, and that was good. Well done, Lightning.
Well done, you two. Let's hear it for Sarah and Lightning.
Yes, well done, everybody. After 5 events, Michelle climbs to 5, while Sarah stays on 34.
Well, the boys are back in town, and the first up is Andy. And he's going to be swinging against, yes, there's only one, a Saracen.
There's only one, and that's just as well for the contenders. He's 1.82 meters tall, 108 kilos heavy, with a 122 centimetre chest. Andy, on the other hand, 12 centimetres shorter, 19 kilos lighter, and not so chesty, to the tune of 11 centimetres.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready!
Always.
3, 2.
Now watch out for Saracen's big swings. He makes it to the red rings in 2 mighty swoops. Here he goes. Easy, isn't it, when you know how? Here comes Andy. Saracen patrolling the scoring zone. Andy snatches a ring as Saracen sails past. Saracen makes contact but has to let him slip. Saracen guarding the zone. Andy building up for the bypass. Andy's on the red. Andy in the points if he can hang tough. Saracen looking to grab a piece. Makes contact. Saracen testing the strength of Andy's vest there. And it passes at a stretch. Andy heels overhead. I suppose that's as close as he can get to an up and under on the rings. Saracen snaps at his heels. Saracen one ring. Beckons his man to come across for more. That's wishful thinking. Andy moves out of harm's way again. Saracen struggling on that one ring. And the way the clock looks, Andy's on for 5. Andy tucking himself up. Superb evasive technique from Andy. And he's pulled a 5. Knees up again. John Anderson calls time. And how about that Andy Farrell? Let's go of the rings because he's already got a handful of points. A remarkable hang-tough performance. Elaine hails her hero, and for Faye, it's all too much.
Andy, I don't think we've actually seen anything like that before. Talk us through that.
Yeah, I've been watching the Olympic Games and that. I've been watching the gymnasts on the rings. I thought I'd just try a bit of that. Luckily, it worked for me.
Tremendous upper body strength, absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, you'd have to have that on all when Saracen's grabbing at your underwear and he's grabbing your top and all, wouldn't you?
It looked like Saracen is actually calling you. Come on, Andy, come to me.
Yeah, we're telling me, we said, come here, boy, come on, I'm going to get you, but I held on.
Saracen, talk us through that.
Oh, man, I just couldn't get a good grip. I got his shirt, I got his socks. I mean, I had to call him over for a while because I couldn't swing anywhere. I was hanging there with one hand. I called him over and he came. and I still didn't catch him.
Andy, 5 points. Well done, big man. Well done. And let's hear it for, there's only one, a Saracen.
Another day at the office for Saracen. Andy's dad Leo there, proud of his lad.
Every Saturday night, the Gladiators are back.
It's been on for weeks, but he's only just realised it. Who's that ugly man, Mummy? Hope I don't look like that when I'm 60. One of Wolf's more handsome features there.
And the last of our male contenders to hang tough is world kickbox champion, Buster!
Oh, if that doesn't make your eyes water, I don't know what does.
The man we love to hate, the Wolfman.
Buster's Grand Peggy there, getting her bad self down.
Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready!
Ooh, the Wolf puffs and he puffs, but you've got to expect that at his age. The last meeting between Wolf and Buster occurred on Duel in the semis when Buster got the better of the old fella. Wolf will be looking to make amends now by fair means or foul. Buster looking for the far side to bypass the wild thing. Buster, a sportsman who uses his brain, so that's an advantage over Wolf. And Buster's in the scoring zone. Wolf swinging back to counter, but at the moment can't make contact with the contender. Buster backtracks to stay out of trouble, still in the scoring zone. Wolf moves in for a pop, lands a tap on Buster's back, swinging back, scissors out, oh, in the face. Wolf with a toe in Buster's cheek, and Buster drops out, and the referee blows up, and Wolf wants to know what's going on. Not the brightest thing in the world to kick a world champion kickboxer, and that wasn't very bright either, shoving the referee. Surely he must be sent off. Oh, he's going for the red card.
Red card off!
The Wolf dismissed for shoving the referee. Buster's dad, Terry, incensed. Buster wincing. Oh, and Wolf pelting the crowd. Now that's not on. Terry having a go at the cameraman, and Francis applauds politely.
It looked like he kicked you actually twice. I think he kicked you in the back as well.
Oh, I don't know about kicking him in my back, but his foot just caught me in the face. John's the referee. I don't think he did it on purpose, but I forgive him.
Let's just call the Wolfman in. Wolfman, through your eyes, what do you think happened?
Listen, I lifted my legs up and he swung into me. Shut up! His back was turned. I went to catch him. I didn't know he was going to swing straight into me. It wasn't intentional.
I know it wasn't intentional, but I think you did actually catch him in the face, Wolfman.
Listen, I'm the best in this. I don't need to cheat.
Johnny Anderson, Johnny, can you talk us through? He disqualified, and how many points does Buster get?
The situation is clear. When the gladiator fouls the contender, doesn't matter where the contender is, he gets 5 points.
So Buster scores 5 points. Thank you very much, Johnny. Happy with the decision, Buster?
5 points on to what I've got already. A little closer to Andy on the eliminator. Let's hope I can do it.
Well done, let's hear it for Buster! And let's hear it for the Wolfman.
Well, doesn't everyone just love to kick a wolf when he's down?
I don't even see it. I'm number 1 in the ring. I'll tell you what I think of Buster's poster.
Uh-oh, I think he's going to turn ugly, if that's possible. Oh, he's ripping it down. Buster's brother Gary in a very uncomfortable position. And Buster's mum and dad having a go. Here's Buster to sort it out. And Buster's dad won't let go of the poster. Fax is turned up. There's all sorts going on down there. Willie will be getting stuck in soon, if we're lucky. Millgate mediating. Well, I hope Gary's shirt wasn't new. And Wolf being manhandled to the changing rooms. Buster with a wry smile. Well, after those extraordinary scenes, the scores, Andy 30, Buster 16. Join us after the break for what promises to be a blistering eliminator in the great Northern Final of Gladiators.
Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where it's eliminator time. Well, in just a moment, we'll find out who will be our Northern champions. But first, let's have a look at the scoreboard. Michelle's on 5 points, Sarah's on 34 points. That's a 29-point difference, giving Sarah a massive 14.5-second head start.
Sarah, you will go on my first whistle. Michelle, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2,
Well, they say it's not over till the fat lady sings, but she must be clearing her throat and stepping up to that microphone, at least in this situation. Michelle has never been the fastest around this eliminator course, whereas Sarah Damm actually is. Sarah, this season's fastest record time of 1 minute 16.5. Michelle sets off the highs and lows. Sarah on the rope. Michelle diving headlong into that mess of mesh as her sister jumps up and down. Sarah on the ladder, and Michelle emerges from the undergrowth. The rope's next. Sarah on the rollers. Oh, just hangs on to her balance. The rollers nearly took their toll there. You don't need a computer to get onto this net. Just sheer grit and determination. Sarah's Uncle Tony and Auntie Annette there. She scales the cargo net and hauls herself onto the gantry 70 feet above the arena, but there's no time to enjoy the view because Michelle's on the net behind her. Michelle climbing strongly. Sarah on the zip. She's completed the course twice before. She knows what's in store next. The graveyard. Michelle struggles on the net. Meanwhile, Sarah on the balances. And her admiring brother Simon there. Sarah dropped from the beam. Her mum Pauline with her every step of the way. Up the travelator. Chin up, knees up. She's up. Sarah Damm, the winner of the Northern Final of Gladiators. Swings into the history books. Her mum Pauline dancing with delight. Meanwhile, Michelle on the balances. She's done superbly well to make it to the final. Jumps down, ready for the travelator. Pumps up those arms, keeps her head high. She's there. Heaves herself up and over. What a brave finalist. Swings through.
Sarah, congratulations, our Northern Champion of Gladiators. Take this beautiful prize. What are you going to say for yourself?
Thanks ever so much, John. I'm really, really pleased. And I'm certainly looking forward to the final.
Well done. Grand Northern Champion.
Well, if you're going to be a Northern Champion, you might as well be a grand one, eh, John? Michelle congratulates the champion. Brother Simon there joins in the celebrations.
Well, Michelle, you've come such a long way to be with us here tonight, meeting the Gladiators 3 times, and really, I would defy anybody to beat a 14.5-second head start, although you were getting closer.
Yeah, I felt like I started off really well and then dived into the cargo net. Lost it a bit there. But fair play to her, she's a brilliant athlete. Did really well.
Well, it's been great to have you on the show. You've had some terrific support. You're a great person and a beautiful girl. Very best of luck for your studies at Cambridge. Let's hear it for Michelle.
So while the arena stands and the families celebrate, let's have a look at the women's eliminated competition. The current record holder is Sarah Damm with 1 minute 16.5. Does Sarah beat her own record? Yes, she does, by 0.2 of a second. The girls' Northern Championship has been decided. Now let's turn to the men. Andy has a 14-second lead, which divvies down to a 7-second head start round the course.
You will go on my first whistle. Buster, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
7 seconds may seem a lot, but Andy's a big, solid powerhouse, whereas Buster's a live, agile athlete and must have the advantage over this testing, tortuous trail. Buster's on his way. His mum, Frances, looks like she's having triplets. Andy on the rope. His fastest eliminator timed at 1:12, slower than both of Buster's previous times. Andy on the bike. There's Andy's sister, Margaret. Andy pedaling as fast with his feet as he is with his hands. Buster joins him on the bike. Looks to be gaining. There's Gary. Clearly still mad about his ripped shirt. Andy on the net. Then Buster joins him there. This is where the eliminator can be won or lost. Andy's friends are on their feet. They can sense it slipping away. And Louise is screaming Buster on. Let's hope she doesn't bust the blood vessel. Andy scrambles to the top of the net. After all he's been through, he can still summon incredible energy. Onto the zip, yes, Buster's almost tapping on his shoulder. Andy is splashed down, Buster splashes down. This is going to be a nail biter. Andy on the balances. Oh, he's gone! And so's Buster! Margaret can't bear it, nor can Frances and Louisa. They're sprinting along the beam. It's last gasp stuff as they hit the travelator together. Buster checks, and he's up! No, he's blown it! And Buster's down too! No one can believe what's going on! Andy, the first to recover a second bite. He's faltering. Oh, he's lost it again. Here's Buster. He's charged it. He's charging. He's on the Northern Champion of Gladiators. He swings into glory. What an athlete. Buster, the unbeatable. And the family not prepared to understate it. A tough moment for Andy. He's seen the championship slip away. Now he's got to dig deep into that courage bank. Elaine knows he can do it, and so does Buster's family. Up he comes, giving it plenty. What a brave man. He's there. What a magnificent contender. Give it up for Andy Farrell.
Buster, congratulations. It's been a long, tough day. 7 seconds you had to make up, and you did it. Take that fantastic prize. Talk us through it.
Oh, I saw Andy going away. I had to scramble through the bungee net, pump away like mad on the handbike, sprint across the beams, fly up the net, down there.
I think it was a cargo net where you actually started to catch him up.
I don't know. I just seen him ahead of me and I thought, there's the guy I've got to catch.
Andy fell off the beam, you fell off the beam, and then you were neck and neck.
Oh, yeah, like a pair of vultures.
The travelator, talk us through it. You both fell.
Oh, my legs turned to jelly. I couldn't believe it. We both went up, fell down at the same time. I thought, oh, no.
You wanted it badly, didn't you?
I was hungry.
When you got it. Well done, let's hear for Buster. Go and thank your friends. And we'll see you again in the grand final. Well done.
Well, Andy, I'm absolutely heartbroken, as I'm sure you are too. You've worked so hard tonight to earn yourself that 7-second head start, which was meant to stand you in great stead. But the beam, and then ultimately the travelator did you in.
Yeah, just one of those things. Tried hard right to the end. Fell off the beam. Got to the travelator. Not a lot in the left in the legs. Big effort first time. Couldn't make it. Buster won. So be it, yeah. We're still mates.
Well, I can safely say from all of us here on the show, we're going to miss you. The very best of luck to you in the future. You've been a terrific contender. Certainly one of our best. Let's hear it for Andy Farrell.
Certainly one of our best indeed. Andy consoled by his team captain Eunice. There's Buster, a natural-born winner. Oh, and that makes it all worthwhile. Andy with his mum Faye, and in the men's eliminated contest, although this run was his personal slowest so far, Buster still holds the record for the fastest time on 1.9.
So Buster and Sarah are our Northern champions, and they'll go on to our grand final where they'll battle it out against our Southern champions.
Well, I'm not going to miss that, and I'm sure nobody at home's going to miss that either.
So join us next week for more action here on Gladiators.
A wooger indeed, and before we go, let's relive the highlights of what Sarah and Buster achieved on their way to the titles.
You're so unbelievable.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
One team member will be flinging the darts, the other will be flying through the questions. People, places, pot, luck could only be bullseye. Next on Challenge. And don't forget your weekend evening entertainment is The Chase. Saturday and Sunday night at 9.
You're unbelievable.